Let's talk about the Gordie Howe International Bridge, a 6-lane, cable-stayed giant spanning the Detroit River. This bridge is not just a feat of engineering, it's a symbol of unity and cooperation between two neighboring countries. The sheer scale of this project is mind-boggling, with its towering pylons and intricate network of cables. It's a testament to what can be achieved when nations come together for a common goal. It links Detroit, Michigan, with Windsor, Ontario, 2 cities, 2 countries, 1 massive price tag. The bridge is expected to handle a significant portion of the trade and travel between the US and Canada, easing congestion and providing a more efficient route for commercial vehicles and travelers alike. At $6.4 billion Canadian, or about $4.7 billion US, it's a marvel of modern engineering and a symbol of cross-border ambition. The construction process has been a massive undertaking involving thousands of workers and countless hours of labor. From the initial planning stages to the final touches, every aspect of this bridge has been meticulously designed and executed. The goal? To relieve the aging, privately owned Ambassador Bridge, which for nearly a century has been the main artery for US-Canada trade. The Ambassador Bridge has served its purpose well, but it's time for a modern solution to meet the demands of today's world. The Gordie Howe Bridge is poised to take on this role, ensuring that trade between the two nations continues to thrive. The Gordie Howe is a public project, built to keep commerce flowing, and to add a much-needed alternative. This new bridge will not only support economic growth, but also foster stronger ties between the US and Canada. It's a project that reflects the shared values and mutual interests of both nations. It's not just for trucks, there's a path for pedestrians and cyclists too. This multi-use path opens up new possibilities for recreation and tourism, allowing people to experience the beauty of the Detroit River from a unique vantage point. Whether you're walking, running, or cycling, the Gordie Howe Bridge offers a safe and scenic route. Imagine cycling from Detroit to Windsor, crossing an international border on a windswept ribbon of steel. It's an experience that few other bridges in the world can offer, making the Gordie Howe Bridge a unique landmark and a must-visit destination for adventurers and tourists alike. The bridge's 2 towers, 1 in each country, stand as sentinels, holding up the longest cable-stayed span in North America. These towers are not just structural elements, they are iconic symbols representing the strength and resilience of the partnership between the US and Canada. For years it was a dream and a political football. Now, in 2025, it's finally a reality. The journey to this point has been long and fraught with challenges, but the completion of the Gordie Howe Bridge marks a significant milestone in the history of both nations. This bridge is set to reshape trade and travel for decades to come. Its impact will be felt not just in Detroit and Windsor, but across North America, as it becomes a critical link in the continent's transportation network. But just as the finishing touches are being added, a new threat looms. The future of the bridge, like any major infrastructure project, is subject to the uncertainties of politics, economics, and environmental challenges. Because nothing about this bridge was ever going to be simple. Its story is one of ambition, perseverance, and the relentless pursuit of progress, despite the obstacles that stand in the way. Billions of dollars invested, and a decade of relentless planning, engineering, and sweat. This was supposed to be a triumph of North American cooperation. The Gordie Howe International Bridge, stretching across the Detroit River, was envisioned as a new artery for trade, jobs, and prosperity. For years, workers toiled day and night, pouring concrete, raising steel, and connecting two nations with a promise of shared growth. But just as the finishing touches are applied and the bridge stands ready to open, an unexpected storm hits. A trade war erupts, threatening to unravel everything. In March 2025, former President Donald Trump, back in the political spotlight, announces a sweeping threat, a 25% tariff on all foreign-made cars entering the United States. The news sends shockwaves through boardrooms and factory floors on both sides of the border. For Canada, where the auto sector is the second largest export industry and a backbone of the economy, this is more than a policy change. It's a direct hit to thousands of families and communities that depend on cross-border trade. Suddenly, the very logic behind the Gordie Howe Bridge is called into question. The bridge, once seen as a lifeline, now faces an uncertain future. Stellantis, one of the region's largest employers, is forced to furlough 3,000 workers. The company shutters its Windsor plant for 2 weeks, a chilling preview of the economic pain that could ripple across the region if the tariffs become reality. Workers gather outside, anxious and uncertain, as the hum of industry falls silent. The US-Canada auto supply chain, built over decades on the seamless flow of parts and vehicles across the border, is suddenly under threat. Every truck, every shipment, every job is now at risk. A 25% tariff isn't just a speed bump for the industry, it's a wrecking ball, smashing through years of progress and cooperation and threatening to bring the entire system to a grinding halt. The bridge, once a powerful symbol of connection and hope, now risks becoming a monument to a lost era of trust and partnership between two nations. The entire project was built on the promise of stable, growing trade, a future where goods, people, and ideas could move freely and fuel prosperity on both sides of the border. Now, with a single policy announcement, that future is in jeopardy. Business leaders scramble, governments debate, and ordinary workers brace for impact. The Gordie Howe Bridge stands ready, gleaming, impressive, and full of potential, but in the shadow of tariffs and political brinkmanship, its purpose is suddenly and painfully uncertain. The Detroit-Windsor crossing is the busiest commercial land border in North America. Before the Gordie Howe, the Ambassador Bridge carried 25% of all US-Canada trade, billions in goods every day. The auto industry relies on just-in-time delivery, with parts crossing the border multiple times. A delay here can halt entire assembly lines, costing millions per hour. The new bridge is designed to be the ultimate insurance policy: more lanes, advanced customs, direct motorway links. For businesses, that means lower costs and a more resilient supply chain. This isn't just infrastructure, it's the backbone of a $700 billion economic partnership. Nearly 500,000 Canadian auto jobs, and countless more in the US, depend on this corridor. The Gordie Howe Bridge is a lifeline. But if protectionism wins, that lifeline could be choked off. The stakes are enormous. What if they built a $6 billion bridge and nobody came? The fear, the Gordie Howe could become a ghostly monument to a friendship gone cold. Historian Robert Bothwell warns it risks becoming a relic of the free trade era. If tariffs kill cross-border trade, toll revenue vanishes and taxpayers are left with a financial black hole. The Ambassador Bridge, though older, would still compete for shrinking traffic. Two bridges, one dwindling stream of trucks, a race to the bottom. The Gordie Howe could become a cautionary tale about taking international cooperation for granted. The Gordie Howe Bridge is more than steel. It's a symbol of Canadian sovereignty. Naming it after a hockey legend beloved in both countries was a diplomatic masterstroke. Prime Minister Mark Carney has used the bridge as a backdrop to assert Canada's independence. Public ownership breaks a century-old private monopoly, putting control back in public hands. It's a statement: Canada will invest in its own future, with or without US enthusiasm. The bridge embodies Canada's determination to chart its own course. It's not just about resisting tariffs, it's about self-determination. The Gordie Howe stands as a concrete declaration: Canada is here to stay. The Gordie Howe Bridge's biggest obstacle? The Moran family, owners of the Ambassador Bridge. For years they fought the project with lawsuits, lobbying, and misinformation campaigns. Canada even paid for Michigan's share to break the deadlock. In the end, public interest triumphed over private profit. The bridge's construction is a victory not just for engineering but for democracy. It's proof that no single family can hold a continent's trade hostage forever. Building the Gordie Howe Bridge was a feat of coordination and engineering. Construction began in 2018, with two massive towers rising on either side of the river. Piece by piece, the deck stretched out, finally connecting in June 2024. The project involved thousands of workers, two governments, and endless logistics. Materials crossed borders, schedules aligned, and shipping traffic below kept moving. By early 2025, the bridge was nearly done. Towers complete, deck finished, cables in place. Despite political noise, the project stayed on track. The bridge is a testament to what's possible when nations work together. Now, it's ready for its first crossing. In June 2022, panic struck when a road near the bridge's Michigan interchange collapsed. Headlines screamed disaster, but the bridge itself was untouched. The culprit, a construction mishap during sheet piling, not a structural flaw. The road was fixed in 18 days, but the incident highlighted a bigger issue. America's infrastructure is aging and fragile, even as new icons rise. The Gordie Howe isn't just a bridge, it's a reminder that the roads leading to it matter too. Building new is only half the battle, maintaining the old is just as crucial. June 2025, the Gordie Howe Bridge stands ready, a silent giant on the Detroit River. Its steel arches gleam in the morning light, a testament to years of vision, engineering, and international cooperation. For decades, the dream of a new crossing between Detroit and Windsor seemed distant, but now, the bridge rises as a symbol of what's possible when two nations work together. The finish line is in sight, with opening day set for autumn. Crews put the final touches on the structure, checking every bolt and cable, ensuring that the bridge is not just beautiful, but safe and ready for the future. Anticipation builds on both sides of the border, as communities prepare for the changes this new link will bring. If trade flows, the bridge will deliver on its promise. Faster, more secure, more prosperous connections. It's designed to handle thousands of vehicles each day, streamlining the movement of goods and people. For businesses, it means less time waiting at the border and more time growing the economy. For families, it means easier visits and new opportunities. It will relieve the Ambassador Bridge, strengthen economies, and support hundreds of thousands of jobs. Truck drivers, warehouse workers, customs agents, and countless others will feel the impact. The Gordie Howe Bridge isn't just a structure, it's a lifeline for trade, a boost for local businesses, and a promise of shared prosperity. But it opens in a world of tension, its fate tied to the politics of the moment. Trade disputes, shifting alliances, and global uncertainty all cast long shadows. The bridge stands as a reminder that even the strongest steel can be tested by forces beyond its control. The bridge's success or failure will reflect the health of the US-Canada relationship. Every handshake, every agreement, every disagreement will echo across its span. It's a barometer for trust, a stage for diplomacy, and a test of whether two neighbors can truly work as partners. If it thrives, it's a victory for cooperation. If not, it's a monument to lost opportunity. The bridge could become a bustling artery of commerce or a cautionary tale of what happens when politics get in the way of progress. Its future is unwritten, shaped by the choices we make today. The Gordie Howe is more than concrete, it's a bet on connection over division. Every cable and beam represents hope that bridges can unite, not separate. It's a statement that, even in uncertain times, we can choose to build rather than break apart. As the first trucks cross, they enter the uncertain heart of the 21st century. They carry not just goods, but the aspirations of two nations, hopes for prosperity, stability, and peace. Each journey across the span is a step into a future that's still being written. Let's hope they don't hit a 25% tariff on the other side. Because in the end, the true test of the Gordie Howe Bridge won't be its engineering, but whether it can weather the storms of politics and keep the promise of connection alive for generations to come.